Denise Salcedo, however you say her last name. So she decided to ask Paul White, aka Big Show, a very stupid question at the end of her interview earlier today. And then not only did she do this, she actually uploaded the entire video after watching it and thought that was a good idea. And then not only did she upload the entire interview onto her YouTube page, but she also ended up clipping it and putting it on her Twitter and thought that that was going to be a good idea. So let's go ahead and watch this clip, this question that she's going to ask Paul White.
Some breaking news. That was very unfortunate, Paul. Yeah. And so I do want to ask you, because I know that you got to wrestle Bray Wyatt a whole lot.
You look at him he's looking at his watch like, when is this shit up? When is this shit over? When are we done with this shit? I don't want to sit here and listen to your fucking question. I already know what's going to happen. I already know what you're about to ask. I don't want to fucking talk about it. It's been less than 24 hours since we even fucking found out about it. These people call themselves journalists.
Yeah. I just kind of wanted to get your, some of your memories, some of your favorite memories when you think of Bray.
I know this is part of the job. It hasn't set in yet. I'll be honest. It really hasn't set in.
That means shut the fuck up. I don't want to fucking talk about it. And you probably shouldn't have even asked that question to begin with. Actually, I go as far as saying you definitely should not have asked that question to begin with. Anybody should know. Anybody in their right mind should know, as a quote-unquote journalist, you have to evaluate situations. You have to read the room. That's literally your job, is to read the room and ask questions based off of reading the fucking room. And all this experience she has, all the years she's been doing this, and yet she's still not good at her fucking job.
Bray was an incredible talent, just an incredible human. The thing that I remember the most, will remember the most, is just every time he saw me, it was a big hug and a big smile and that laugh, and just the positive energy that he had, that he created around him, was so special and so unique. Obviously, it doesn't feel real right now. I mean, it just happened. It doesn't feel real. But unfortunately, I've been in this business quite a while and lost a lot of really, really good friends. And it's just going to take a little bit of time, I think.
You could tell, he doesn't want to talk about this shit. And she's getting drugged through the mud right now on social media. Rightfully so, because you've been doing this for a long time, and you're going to proceed to do this, upload the whole interview to your YouTube channel, clip this shit, and put it on Twitter, and think that people aren't going to fucking drag you because it's been literally less than 24 hours when you posted this? You idiot.
Analyze and dive into work, and probably adjust to all this when I get back home. Your heart just really dies for his family, his girls, and Bo and Micah and Mike, and just JoJo. It's just it's painful.
Last night,
man, I gotta tell you, man, bad journalism.
That he is, because I think the real tragedy of MJF is that this is his first friend he's ever had, and the reason that he can't keep a real friend and has ever been able to have a real friend is because he won't allow himself to be loved. Yeah. He pushes people away.
In fact, it's not even journalism. Bad judgment on your part, Denise. Especially when you go through an entire interview talking about the event that you guys are getting ready to experience this weekend. When you're talking about the match, maybe not the match, because Paul White, I don't think Paul White's wrestling this week. He's whatever. I think he's a producer now. That should show you how checked out I am of AEW. I don't even know his role in AEW now. But you're gonna go through all that, and then at the end of the interview, you're gonna ask. Now, I will say this. I mean, at least she asked at the end of the interview. I mean, if you are going to do something like that, if you are that, look, devil's advocate, I'm still 100% against her even bringing up Bray Wyatt during the interview. Maybe off camera, off the record, whatever. But whenever you talk to Denise or Sean Ross Sapp, I mean, literally, like nothing's off the record. But you know what I mean. If you're going to bring something up like that during an interview, at least you did it at the end of the fucking interview. That is the only good or positive thing I can even remotely say about this situation. About the way she handled this. Other than that, you should not be doing that. You probably should not be asking someone who was at least somewhat close to Bray Wyatt about Bray Wyatt during an interview when they're getting ready to head into a very big weekend, if not the biggest weekend in their company's existence. Even though we know the company is going to honor Bray, they already have honored Bray, or acknowledged the passing, and have sent out their condolences and everything, which I knew they were going to do, which is a good thing. It's a good thing they did that. It's always cool to see the wrestling community come together, even though it's not necessarily a good way for us to come together is when a wrestler dies. But the wrestling community right now is somewhat united because of this. And I can't lie, it's good to see the wrestling community united for once. But then you got the Denise Salsados of the world.